It's time for another WrestlePlanet news update, as we look at whether a certain AEW wrestler could be heading to Impact Wrestling, a WWE main roster talent has returned to NXT, and we have the date for a huge WWE return ahead of SummerSlam. All that and more coming up in today's video, but first... Tonight, AEW continue to celebrate their return to the road with week 2 of the Welcome Back Tour, this time bringing us night 1 of the Fyter Fest Dynamite specials. Ahead of this show, let's have a look at the scheduled matches and segments, and once again the card is looking stacked. First, we will hear from Hangman Page, who appears to be next in line to be in with a shot at Kenny Omega's AEW World Championship. Penelope Ford will take on the returning Yuka Sakazaki. Two Team Taz members will go one-on-one with the FTW champion Brian Cage putting the belt on the line against young up-and-comer Ricky Starks, with Team Taz set to implode. Old friends and bitter enemies will clash as Matt Hardy will take on Christian Cage in the latest chapter of their long-established story. Darby Allin and Ethan Page will battle it out in the first ever Coffin match in AEW, which I personally can't wait to see. And finally, IWGP United States Champion John Moxley defends his New Japan belt against one of the founders of the Bullet Club, Machine Gun Karl Anderson, who will be looking to re-establish himself as a solid singles wrestler. It's unknown which of these matches will be the main event, with there being a strong case for at least 2 or 3 of them to headline the show. I'll be keen to see if there's some kind of Bullet Club invasion during the IWGP US title match, with the group being name dropped during a video package last week. Which match are you most looking forward to, and which one should main event the card? Let me know in the comments down below. This week, AEW Games have announced the release date for the upcoming AEW Elite General Manager, with the mobile game set to be released on July 15th. The announcement was made on Twitter, with AEW Games sending out a tweet that read, "Everyone thinks they can run the show, now you get to prove it." The tweet contained a video of Kenny Omega taking on Orange Cassidy in an online game, with Cassidy taking on a much more relaxed approach. The game allows you to play with a friend, each drafting your own roster to compete in the ratings. Elite GM will be available on iOS and Android mobile devices through the Apple Store and Google Play. I'm considering posting an Elite GM review, so let me know if that's something you think I should do, and will you be playing AEW Elite GM? And who will be your first draft pick? Let me know in the comments down below. This weekend, Impact Wrestling will hold their annual Slammiversary show on Saturday, July 17th. The main event is scheduled to be Impact World Champion Kenny Omega defending his title against Sami Callihan. The match now has a new stipulation and will be fought under no disqualification rules. This follows a promo posted to Twitter by the challenger calling to make the main event a little more interesting. The no DQ rule was requested by Callihan to avoid any sort of stoppages due to interference from Omega's friends in the Elite. The show is set to take place live from the Skyway Studios in Nashville and will see a limited crowd in attendance. Similar to last year, Impact have teased a number of debuts on the show, ranging from the less than likely Daniel Bryan to the more likely Mickie James. Interestingly, there is a free spot on the card in the Impact Knockouts title match, with champion Deonna Purrazzo's opponent yet to be named. Many stars have been speculated on, including one of the many recently released WWE talent, such as the aforementioned Mickie James, as well as Chelsea Green or Ruby Riott. Someone else who was added to the speculation is AEW Women's World Champion Britt Baker, after Impact EVP Scott D'Amore revealed that the Doctor requested to work with Purrazzo. Scott told Vicky Guerrero on her podcast, "All I can say is, from our perspective, look, I got cornered by Britt Baker down in Jacksonville a few weeks ago, and she's like, when do I get Deonna? I said, hey Britt, oh come on. We've always said we have an open door policy and we're open to doing it. You know the deal in wrestling sometimes, there's a lot of hurdles to jump through, but I think the relationship with AEW has been fantastic." I guess only time will tell who Diona's opponent will be, with many more surprises expected for the show. Last year's Slammiversary saw 8 debuts and returns, and something similar has been teased this time around. Elsewhere on the card, the X Division title will be on the line in an Ultimate X match, with Josh Alexander defending against Ace Austin, Chris Bay, P.T. Williams, Rohit Raju, and Trey Miguel. Moose will take on Chris Sabin in singles action. W. Morrissey takes on Eddie Edwards to further establish himself as a main eventer. The Impact Knockout Tag Champs Flair and Flavor will defend their titles against Havoc and Rosemary, and finally the Impact World Tag titles will be on the line as Joe Doering and Rhino of Violent by Design put their titles on the line in a 4-way match against the Good Brothers, Rich Swann and Willie Mack, and the team of TJP and Fallah Bahh. And if you're interested in watching the show, you can use our Fight affiliate link in the description if you fancy supporting the channel. Last night on NXT, Raw superstar Mandy Rose made her return to the Black and Gold brand, appearing on the stage during a singles match between Sarray and Gigi Dolan. Both wrestlers stopped mid-match to see what Rose was doing before continuing on, with Sarray eventually picking up the win. After the bell, Mandy Rose seemed impressed before walking to the back. Later on, Mandy took part in a segment with the Robert Stone brand, declaring that they were now under new management. This is Mandy's first appearance on NXT in a number of years, having worked on the brand from late 2015 all the way up until November 2017. She has recently been teaming with Dana Brooke on Monday Night Raw, but it seems the team could now be disbanded. This is very abrupt, as this week on Raw the two women were involved in an angle with WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Natalya and Tamina, which teased a future title shot. Elsewhere on last night's NXT show, Samoa Joe was involved in a physical angle, having been taken out by NXT Champion Karrion Kross to close the show. Joe returned to NXT several weeks ago and was handed the role of Special Enforcer to NXT General Manager William Regal, which means he is not allowed to get into any kind of physicality with the roster unless provoked. In last night's main event, Kross defended his title against Johnny Gargano with Samoa Joe as the special guest referee. Over the past few weeks, there has been tensions between the champ and Joe, and it all boiled over last night. When Joe raised Kross's hand following his victory, the two men exchanged words, leading to Kross's girlfriend Scarlett getting between them. Joe went to walk away, but was dropped from behind before Kross applied the cross jacket submission, sending him to sleep. This plants the seeds for a future match between the two, as now Samoa Joe has a free pass to enact some revenge now that he has been provoked. Karrion Kross has been rumoured for a call-up to the main roster, having taken part in dark matches at Raw and SmackDown, as well as an appearance on the WWE main event show. With Vince McMahon keen to freshen up the main roster, Kross appears to be in line for the move. In regards to Joe, he's been out of action since February 2020, instead transitioning into a commentary role on Raw before his WWE release in April. When he was re-signed, Joe said in an interview that he was planning on returning to the ring. So could this mean that Samoa Joe is the man to send Karrion Kross on his way to the main roster, taking his title in the process? It does seem to make sense, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And quickly, just before we continue, make sure you scroll down and drop a like and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss any upcoming wrestling content as we head towards 20,000 subscribers. But now that you've done that, let's get on with the rest of the video. Over the past few weeks, rumours have swirled over the return of John Cena to WWE ahead of next month's SummerSlam. Fightful are now reporting that Cena is indeed set to return and is expecting to do so in the next 11 days, with a working plan in place for him to appear on the July 23rd edition of SmackDown, although he could show up sooner. The 23rd July show is the SmackDown directly following the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and it's been noted that this is the plan as of July 13th. But of course, this could always change. Cena is expected to challenge current WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns at SummerSlam in Las Vegas, who is currently set to defend his title against Rated R superstar Edge at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. This would be Cena's first appearance in WWE following his loss to The Fiend at WrestleMania 36 in April 2020. Fans return to weekly WWE television this Friday on SmackDown for the first time in 17 months, and they are looking to stack the top top of the roster ahead of their summer pay-per-view, with Brock Lesnar also expected to return. Whilst I haven't watched WWE apart from the odd segment here and there in quite some time, I'll definitely be checking out SmackDown this week, if not just to celebrate the return of fans to shows. I then expect to be burnt once again with something terrible, but hey, who knows? Will you be checking out SmackDown this week? Let me know in the comments down below. And before you go, why not check out my video where I rank the 10 best AEW debuts of all time.